quit playing yourself.
Hey, yo, quit playing.
Hey.
Quit playing yourself.
RadioUTD.
Opinions expressed on Radio UTD are those of the individual expressing them and are not necessarily those of the University Administration, the Board of Regents of the University of Texas System, or of the operating board of the radio station.
Welcome back to Radio UTD. You're listening to the all-trans episode of Mercury Morning News. I'm your host today, Tyler Viator. I had to remember my name there for a second. I am the volunteer DJ coordinator and PSA manager over at Radio UTD. Today I'm joined by...
I am Mickey Dolphin. I am the assistant marketing director at AMP Magazine.
And I'm Gavin Arriaga. I'm the editor-in-chief at AMP Magazine.
Love. Okay, so Mr. Editor-in-Chief at the AMP Magazine.
CEO of AMP, if you will.
Yeah, CEO of AMP.
Mr. AMP.
Mr. John AMP, if you will.
John AMP in the room.
Yeah.
How is AMP doing this semester?
Well, AMP is about to release our second issue of the semester next week, so be on the lookout for that in stands all around campus.
It's a beefy one. We're really excited.
It's a big one. It's going to be 32 pages.
Oh my god.
So,
yeah. Wait, I've never seen an AMP that large.
Usually we do like 24 pages,
Yeah.
so this one's a little bigger, but
Had so many ideas.
It's gonna sell like hotcakes.
So many thoughts, more than are in my head usually.
So we had to put them on paper.
Yeah, so we're excited for that, and we hope you are too.
Very. Yay! I'm so happy for AMP. AMP is definitely, it's one of the best, like, performing papers at the school. Like, you know, we'll see AMP magazines get sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
And then Mercury papers are still, like, sitting at the bottom of the bin.
Well, I will say Merc does get a lot more traction online, so not a dig at Merc at all,
No,
just
absolutely.
that we have a lot more, like, physical pickup than
Yeah,
Merc does.
and a lot of the freshmen especially love to pick up the AMP just for the artwork they have on it. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen people who have, like, a collection of the artwork from AMP, like the hot T-Mock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Valentine T-Mock and T-Mock in a miniskirt. Like, all of these, like, depictions of T-Mock. And I think some of Tobor a couple of times.
Yeah, we've had a little more Tobor recently.
Like, biblically
Year
accurate
of Tobor 2024.
Year of the Tobor.
Year of the
Tobor. The year of
Tobor.
Luigi is over. It is now the year of the Tobor.
I honestly, every year is year of Luigi.
Oh yeah, well yes,
Yeah.
that goes without saying. But we can spotlight other celebrities as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, sick. Then if we want to just hop right into news, we have a few segments from the Mercury. Unfortunately, Andrea is not joining us today, so I'll be reading our Mercury news report at the 10-12 minute mark. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley apparently spoke at a rally in Dallas on February 18th. But the event was disrupted 5 times by pro-Palestine protesters who disguised themselves as Haley supporters.
It's kind of metal.
That's rocking. I wasn't able to watch this rally that happened. Do we know what kind of interruption was done by the pro-Palestine protesters?
There was like people kind of yelling and asking her to answer questions regarding her stance. There were people holding like provocative signs regarding like the conflict.
Yeah, 13,000 children from Gaza on Haley's hands.
I don't know too many details about this one specifically, but
You know what's messed up? Is that she responded to all this by, and this is why you have to worry about Iran.
God.
right, that's such a weird thing to say.
That's so gross.
I think she
Yeah.
just literally doesn't know what she's talking
Yeah.
about, or just doesn't care.
I feel like it's that. I feel like
think
she
it's
doesn't
both.
care because, like, this is not just a Democrat or a Republican issue, you know? Like, this is something that is affecting everyone and that people need to be more knowledgeable about. And this kind of dropping from Nikki Haley kind of, I don't want to say it knocks her out of the race, but
If
like it does not look good for her.
Yeah.
I'll say that much.
I did see actually earlier today on Instagram a post from SJP, one of our orgs here on campus, that similarly Lockheed Martin apparently came to UTD to speak about something, and they were there like kind of protesting and asking questions of Lockheed Martin as well, because that is one of the groups that SJP asked for UTD to divest from.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought the name sounded
Wait,
Yeah.
so SJP, that stands for Students for Justice in Palestine?
Correct.
Yes?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. If any of y'all are looking to offer more support or get involved,
Or get
definitely-
educated.
Or
Yeah.
get educated,
Yeah,
especially
definitely
get
follow
educated.
SJP. They have a lot of good resources.
it's SJP_UTD on Instagram.
I don't recall the username. Sorry.
They do have an Instagram.
They do
we
have
just
an
don't remember what the
Instagram.
handle is at the moment.
I can look it up right
It's there.
now. Yeah, I believe it is SJPUTD.
It's all one word.
SJP_UTD.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
Go
of
check it out.
Go check it out.
But this comes after Nikki Haley says that she hopes to support veterans who face homelessness after discharge, as well as strengthen resources for PTSD treatment. I don't understand how she can be wanting to make life better for these, like, our veterans, which, I mean, great. I support our veterans, you know, they go do fantastic work for our country, sure. But at the end of the day, this is like, we need to divest from Israel. But that's so much that the UTD,
I mean,
that
it's
the
also just tone
American
deaf of like, sorry,
Yeah. No,
of
go
like,
ahead.
oh, you know, I care so much about our veterans and everything they've been through, but I'm supporting this war on the other side of the world, and it's like, which is it, you know?
Yeah. Like, if she wants our, like, veterans to come home, right? Like
Right.
the whole bring our boys home
Yeah.
thing.
But leave the girls over there.
Stop. But, like, why are we supporting war? Why are we continuing to fund this? Why haven't we called for a ceasefire? You know?
Yeah.
Like, we need, that should be on the table. This should be the agenda. But
Again, all of this is our opinion. We do not represent the opinion of
yeah.
UTD as an institution. Just in
yeah,
case.
this is just me.
We're just a couple of lads.
But I mean, that's kind of like the area you step into when you talk about politicians and their views. Everybody says, so this is, I believe, a quote from Nikki Haley. Everybody says, well, why doesn't America understand national security? Don't blame Americans. She says, because right now the president and Congress don't tell people why Ukraine matters. They don't tell people why Israel matters. I believe then she continued to not explain why Israel matters or why Ukraine matters.
Yeah.
Yes, the mics are on. I
Okay.
can.
My headphones are just acting weird.
Mine was
sorry.
the same last time. It's okay.
Okay.
It
Cool.
shouldn't be a
I was just
problem.
checking.
All right, cool. Because I can hear myself
Okay,
and I can
okay,
hear
okay.
y'all when you're on your mic.
Sounds good.
Cool. But it was one protester, I think, began a chant near the end of the protest. Nikki Haley chose a side, and she chose genocide.
They're not wrong.
That's kind of a bar.
Kind of a bar.
Bars?
Yeah.
Question mark?
But I think, I don't know, when we talk about who we're choosing for our next president, we really need to look at, like, where our interests lie. And also, I would like to say, the national vote doesn't matter. Like, the national election does not matter. We don't get to choose who our president is. The Electoral College does.
Yeah.
If we went by popular vote, Hillary would have won in 2016.
Right.
So definitely, if you are voting, if you're registered to vote, if you're not, get registered to vote. And then when you are, go vote in your local elections, like your mayor, your
Makes
like.
a lot of impact.
Yeah, it's change that you can see. Yeah.
Right.
Because that immediately affects you. It's not something like, yes, your vote matters when you're talking about the big one, but I mean, your vote matters more in smaller elections where there are less votes. Sorry to bring that.
Good point
No.
to make.
Yeah,
think-
absolutely.
Yeah. Now, this is a lot of politics in today's issue. We're coming up on the part where I'm about to talk on the Mercury report. But after that, I'd like to talk about the Galentine's Day panel, Women Running for Office.
Sure.
And then we can go into the Austin Rios article. Yeah, he was a UTD alumnus and a second-year medical student at Southwestern. Oh yeah, he received the MLK award. Interesting.
Very cool.
Good for him.
His story is very interesting as well.
Really. Love. All right. Well, give me 1 second and we will begin talking about the Mercury report. Oh wait. No, we won't.
No, we won't.
I don't have access to that still.
No.
Womp womp.
It's okay.
That means you'll just have to read the new issue of Merc when it comes out.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Almost like you were gonna do that anyway, right?
Right.
We're all reading the Mercury every time it comes out, right?
Oh, absolutely. And we're reading the AMP. And
Yes.
we're listening to Mercury Morning News on Radio UTD at
Every
Sunday,
week.
every Sunday, every week at 10 a.m.
Yep.
I tried to imitate Andre's voice there. Did you like that?
It's hard.
I love his announcer
dulcet
voice.
tones.
Yes. He goes, my My name is Andre of Arriaga.
Yeah.
I
That was
love
pretty
him.
good.
Thank you. I
That's
love him.
awesome.
I love Andre very much. Ooh, this is Pokemon Jazz covers.
Yes.
I'm excited. So,
Pokemon music goes
I
hard.
guess, well, since we can't read the Mercury report, let's just go into Valentine's Day panel. Women running for office.
Women.
I
Let's
love
talk about
women. Texas
love
House of
women.
Representatives Cassandra Hernandez, Victoria Nea Criado, Mihaela Plesa, and Avery Bishop led a women running for office panel on campus on February 12th to connect with college students before the upcoming March 5th primaries. The UTD chapter of Texas College Democrats hosted the Valentine's Day panel, bringing a turnout of at least 35 students.
Nice.
2 House districts cover UTD. Texas HD 70, which covers the Collin County part of UTD, where Plesa is running for re-election in. And Texas HD 12, which covers the Richardson part of UTD, where Bishop is challenging 15-year incumbent Angie Chen Button.
15 years.
I don't know a lot about Angie Chen Button myself, but I know Seb talks about her all the
I
time.
know that she's a very controversial
Yeah.
figure.
Oh, is Seb still around?
They didn't die.
I mean,
Seb haunts these
when
very
people
halls.
graduate, they
Yeah.
die.
Effectively.
Yeah. But slay. No, so the biggest thing about the Angie Bishop is because it's. Give me one. It just turned it down. It was it was a little loud. I was like, I can't really focus. About Angie Chen Button is she's a 15-year incumbent. If you know anything about politics,
Yeah.
incumbents are incredibly hard to
Hard
beat
to-
out.
Yeah.
You have to have like a really strong stance, or the incumbent has to mess up royally.
Or die.
Or
Well-
die. I mean, I would put that under mess up
Yeah.
royally.
You died? Skill issue.
Nah, for real. Because if it was me, I just wouldn't let that happen. But
Different.
Criado is running for Texas HD 115, which covers part of Carrollton closest to UTD, and Criado is running for Texas Senate District 16, which covers the Richardson part of campus. There's a non-Richardson part of campus?
I think part of it is technically in Plano. We're like right on the border, I think. It's weird.
Interesting.
Because we have 2 voting locations, one for Richardson residents and one for Plano residents. Or like, what is it? Like is it the Collier Center that's like
Oh yeah, like when it's time for local elections, they usually have some at Collier.
And then some at the Visitor Center.
yeah, depending on where your district is. or,
Yeah.
like, where
Oh.
your county is.
And I'm just now realizing I can't do that anymore because oh wait, no, I can. I still live in Dallas County. Never mind. I live like on the opposite end of Dallas County.
But yeah, so definitely be aware of your local elections.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just as we were just
Yeah, as we were
saying.
just saying. No, okay. Districts confuse me so hard.
Oh my god, me too.
I think they confuse everybody.
I think that's on purpose.
I think that is on purpose.
I think it's a way they stop people from voting.
Yeah.
It's literally
No, historically, yeah.
it's modern day like
Gerrymandering.
yeah. Or well, I wouldn't even say it's gerrymander because gerrymandering is more of like cutting off districts
True.
to sectionalize different parts of town.
Yeah.
I would say it's more like back in the like really old days when people were like, if you can pass this test, you can vote.
Oh.
And
Right,
so
like-
that was a way to stop black people from voting.
Or like marginalized groups.
Yeah, or like
less
women,
educated
you know? Like people.
historically.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I guess, yeah, just
Yeah.
marginalized groups
Yeah.
in general. You're right.
But, yeah.
Anyways, know your districts, get educated because
Yeah.
we're not going to let the government tell us what we
What to
can and
do.
can't do.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool that it was just like a group of all like women candidates, because they're talking there about like, oh, we want to show women that you can do this too, that you can have a say in politics. That's all very important
Oh, absolutely.
to show to people. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be all old white men.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love women. I feel like that's a better statement than I was going to make.
I love women.
So, no, absolutely. And it's important to have that kind of representation.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
when you see people who don't look like you, who aren't you, like or who don't represent you in all of these places of power, and you're like, this isn't my thinking. They don't know where I come from. They don't know
Right.
my thoughts. They don't know my story.
They can't represent me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the whole American motto: no taxation without representation. And now we are being represented with being taxed. We aren't being represented, and we're still being taxed.
But at least
It's getting
supposedly on our turf.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah.
Like I would say, we definitely have more people who like represent us in office.
Or at the very least running for office.
Running for office. I should say that.
Yeah.
But no, seeing it on in office on TV, like representation is very important, and it will inspire the next generation of people.
Absolutely.
Just as Places said, I am a representative of the people, so future legislation is going to rely on the conversations that I'm having with students. Places is super involved in getting students involved, and I think that is fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Say hell yeah too often. Is that allowed on radio?
Nah, you're good.
It is now.
It is now. 'Cause
If
I
it
said
wasn't,
so.
they're gonna do a lot of editing. But as for the state representative,
You got this.
as the state representative for the Collin County portion of UTD, which encompasses the northern half of campus. Oh, really? Okay, so we're Collin and Richardson. Sick. Place's role is intertwined with the concerns and aspirations of the student community. In recognizing the importance of young voices, Places spoke about creating opportunities for future politicians. Specifically, Place has recruited UTD students for district aid and leadership positions within her campaign. Hernandez echoes this thought and emphasizes the importance of education for the youth. One of the core pillars of her campaign, particularly, is funding for public education. I kind of rock with that.
Oh, I very much rock with that. No, literally, like just the other day I was thinking about how screwed up it is that like a lot of school funding is determined by like test scores.
Oh, yeah.
Like not even just in Texas, just everywhere, but especially in Texas.
Especially in Texas. Have you seen, like, that's why, like, schools that perform worse are less privileged and have, like, less funding. Because if they're underprivileged and they score low on tests and they don't have the money to hire teachers who are good at, like, helping these students and kind of giving them that education they need.
Yeah, it's just a downward spiral.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, if you
It's
fail,
that domino effect.
Yeah, if you fail to meet expectations, you get less resources. With less resources, you can't meet further
It
expectations.
makes it harder to meet expectations.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's just really
It's a vicious
unfortunate.
cycle. Yeah, it's whack crazy. So yeah,
more funding for public schools,
please fund education. We can't stress this enough
Care
as people
about education.
currently in the education system. Please fund
I think
education.
America is one of those one of the like third world countries that has like the worst education.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's funny
Like-
because like American politicians are like constantly complaining. They're like, oh my God, like we're the most powerful nation in the world. Why are our test scores so low compared to these inferior countries? And it's like, bruh, it's because you don't invest
don't
in
care.
education.
Yeah.
Like if you don't invest in education, if you don't fund it, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing a cause and effect relationship, and they're like, no.
They say it exactly like that
Yeah.
in that voice during a press conference.
during
like a Muppet.
during Senate. This is what I imagine goes on in the room.
I'm picturing like Muppets. Like when you do that,
Great
I'm
audience
picturing like the
experience.
Muppets go to Congress or something.
Muppets go to.
Or Muppets in Congress.
Next movie.
I would.
I'd watch it.
Okay, unironically, I've watched a few of like the Congress hearings or like the Senate hearings. I would go crazy if it was just Muppets.
It kind of already is.
It kind of.
I remember hearing that like forever ago there was this thing where people weren't listening to like court cases, and so they hired like puppeteers to use puppets like synced to the court case audio so that
that's
more
wild.
people would watch them.
That's so baby sensory video. Or no, this was like the ye old like Family Guy funny moments. Like what is it? TikTok
Yes,
phenomenon.
where it's like you put like the slide tutorial
yeah,
at the
you
bottom
put
of the
like,
Family Guy
like
video.
Subway Surfers in the corner. They were doing that.
Holy
Yeah.
my God! I want the hydraulic press added.
Yeah. They should on what is it, C-SPAN or whatever, when
Yeah.
they air that stuff, they should just have a little like minimized screen in the corner with like either hydraulic press videos or like
Sand
like
cutting.
slime, yeah, soap cutting, slime making videos.
Oh my God! I think
go so
imagine their viewer retention
Yeah.
if
That'd
they
be
had
awesome.
like baby sensory editions.
It works. Like it's proven to work. I think that they should follow this business model.
Honestly, it's a good business
They
model.
should take our advice.
I would watch.
We have our hand on the pulse of youth
Yeah.
culture. We know what we're talking
I'm a
about.
marketing student. I definitely know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Okay, as I'm going through school, I'm like, wish I was a marketing student. Like,
No, you don't.
I'm looking through so many job applications, and it's like,
You can apply for a marketing position even if you don't.
well, no,
Yeah.
they also list should have like 1 year of schooling in a marketing degree.
Oh.
I may just ignore that.
I was gonna say,
TBH.
you can cheese
honestly,
it. You can apply.
I will say a lot of jobs just like what I've heard is basically if you meet like 70% of the requirements, they'll like
They'll interest you.
yeah they'll
Yeah.
be interested. So like you don't have to meet like literally every single requirement.
Okay.
So just like be confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have definitely been one of those people who are like, if I don't meet 100%, swipe.
Me too.
Yeah. And that's a problem I need to.
The other thing I will say about like marketing jobs, like on Indeed or whatever, like wherever you're looking and
Yeah.
you see like marketing job, 90% of the time is actually like a sales job.
I believe it.
So
They do be lying
They
on,
do be
on-
lying.
on
Lying.
job websites.
I mean, listen,
and I am
I'm
not a
charismatic.
salesman. I learned that the
can be.
hard way, bro. Can't stand the stuff, but
Gavin, sell yourself to me right now.
no, I can't. I'd
You're like, just
rather
because
die.
I work in marketing doesn't mean I like selling stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually very anti-sales,
Honestly, you say it as a joke, but
It's okay, Gavin.
Yeah.
Anti-capitalist agendalist.
anti-capitalist. Yeah, for real.
Anti-capitalist marketing major.
I'm a marketing major because I want to be an artist, but not die.
Ah,
Yeah.
I get
You know
it.
Not
what? That's
starve
smart.
to death.
That's smart.
So
Okay, read contracts when you're going into your jobs
Oh, yeah.
because they can take your art and use it in perpetuity.
yeah, but
Yeah.
sometimes like if you're okay with that, it depends on the job.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be okay with that. I'd
I mean,
hunt
if
them
I
down.
design an advertisement and I want them to use the advertisement to sell their product, like as long as they pay me a certain amount up front, I'm fine with them using it in perpetuity. Or maybe if they give me royalties.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
I would say pay you a certain amount up front with royalties.
Yeah.
Like definitely, I mean, depending on the
Yeah.
amount they give you up front,
Yeah.
maybe no royalties, but like
Ooh,
I would
depends,
say
yeah.
cuz like if they give you $30,000 to
Yeah.
design this ad or they give you $15,000 but
Plus
3% royalty
Right, because then if it does really well, you keep getting
money.
money
Yeah.
from that. Yeah.
So, really sorry, we just
No,
got
it's
into whole
fine.
like business.
Oh my
money.
god, almost like I'm a business major. or
I love
something.
business. I love talking business.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
It is.
I would be a great business major. It's okay. I'm
Do you
fine.
want to change majors, Tyler?
No, it's fine. I would also make a great CS major. I took my first CS
Oh.
course this year, and
was it?
it's so easy. Like
I'm
all
in the
you,
opposite boat. I'm taking my first CS course. I kind of am not doing
all
well.
the computer science majors that are complaining, babies.
Children.
I don't know a thing about programming, but what I hear a lot about CS majors is like the job is basically just like looking up other people's code and
Oh yeah.
pasting it in.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
So
Designing code hard.
yeah,
But I just look at my notes from the class and I just copy and paste,
Yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
change like the wording. I change some of
Exactly.
the numbers, and I'm like beep boop beep beep.
Yeah, 90%. 90% of being a programmer is taking steps to avoid doing your job. I'm not kidding.
yeah.
And that's my favorite
It's
part.
kind of cool. Like, it's really amazing, and I'm super happy for people who are good at it. I'm just not one of them.
Mood.
I type a curly bracket, I just start crying.
Oh my god.
A draw equals curly
I
bracket.
write one function, and I'm like, I need to take a break. This is too much.
So
I
you're
deserve a treat. I worked
deserve a
so
treat.
hard.
are you an ATech major?
I am.
Okay, so you're taking CS
taking-
1334?
Yep.
Oh, me too.
Really?
Wait, have you done the moving cat one?
No.
Okay. Maybe our assignments are different. I will
Every
talk to you
class,
about
it's
this
weird. Every
afterwards.
class is a little bit different.
That's awful.
They
That's
don't
great.
have like a
No
set
regulation?
standard for teaching programming fundamentals for non-majors.
That's fair.
I don't
Honestly,
understand it.
I mean, we're just going through Khan Academy.
See, that's what all the other classes are doing. We're not. We're going through processing.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're gonna take on process early or later this year, but we went through.
We
Khan
started
Academy.
processing week 2.
That's crazy.
Maybe I don't know. It's just a
Who's
different
your professor?
Dr. J.
Oh, really?
He's cool.
We have Shiem Kara.
Okay.
Or Shiem Kara.
Yeah. The class is enjoyable. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't understand.
That's fair. I want to go to Mr. J. Mr. J. I want to go to Mr.
Turn it off,
J's
Harley
class.
Oh my
It's
god.
it's pretty good. It's just I think I'm just bad at CS.
Hey, you know what?
Well-
And sometimes you're good at things, and sometimes you're bad at things.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
Wow.
god, so insightful.
End quote.
End quote.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, put that on a
Words to live
billboard.
by. Sometimes
Genuinely,
you're good
that's
at
basically
stuff.
what I was told when I was at my sales internship. It's like, some jobs just aren't right for you.
Wow, they were trying to like let you down easy, but in doing that, they kind of let you down
No,
really
I was
hard.
like sobbing.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
No, my manager was like hilarious, like unintentionally.
Unintentionally really funny.
Yeah.
Good for him, honestly. Okay.
Yeah.
So I digress. Back to Mercury. Back
Sure.
to news. Not even
Yeah.
back to Mercury. Back to news.
Back to news in general.
Mickey, what talk did you attend? I can't read this.
Yeah. Sorry, I wrote like
can't
one
read
line, but I was kind of yapping in it, so it got cut off.
Okay.
Yeah. So this past week, on both, I think it was Tuesday and Wednesday, I attended these really cool live conferences on Zoom, done by the View Conference, which is like an animation sort of art showcase. I don't think is it an award? No, it's not an award ceremony, is it? It's like they showcase animation from around the world every year, with this big like online seminar. Or no, I think it's also in person. The in-person one is in October, but anyway. They did not interviews, but like sort of like a Q&A with the Oscar-nominated directors for Best Animated Short and Best Feature Film on 2 separate days. So I went to both. It was about an hour-long talk, roughly. All the directors were there, except for, obviously, Hayao Miyazaki was not there for The Boy and the Heron, but the G-Kids president was. It was really cool. They did this last year as well. Last year, I only got to attend the Oscar best feature nominated directors. So I was glad that they did the short nominated directors this year as well, or that I had the link to it at least. But it was very eye-opening. It's really cool. They talk about like production. They talk about sort of like their expectations for the film when they were making it versus like now that it's out. Like they talk about, you know, the presence of like AI, the sort of like what it's like making like sequels versus original content. That just very interesting stuff. It's all recorded. It should be on the View Conference website.
Cool.
So
Like
all
for
of
free?
yeah, all of it's
awesome.
completely free. Or the videos and the talks that they have are free. So yeah, I don't know, it's really cool. I think I'm gonna like try to watch it every year if they do it every year, because they had the same people like moderating the talks as well.
Okay.
So it's really very well put together. They allowed like open Q&A from audience members.
Ooh.
So
so
I didn't type
cool.
any questions because I was too much of a wuss, but they answered.
You're a lurker.
I am a lurker,
Yeah.
but I had a great time.
Oh, that's so
It was really awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I will say I am a little sad we didn't have as many. Well, okay, for Best Feature, I don't think we have any female directors for Best
Was that
Feature
best
this year.
animated feature?
Best animated
Yeah.
feature. But for the short film crowd, that one was a lot more. I want to say, well, maybe not a lot. It was a little more diverse. I don't know. It was really cool. So I think it's cool that like animated shorts can get Oscar nominated.
Yeah.
I think that's really awesome.
Yeah.
But it just like sort of, you know, made me think about like, you know, everyone has to start somewhere, and it made me motivated to like work on like short films and stuff.
Oh, awesome.
So
Respect.
yeah, for sure.
I love short films. I'm actually working on one with Animal Lab right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm our lead sound designer for the new short. It's called I didn't sign an NDA. They can't be mad at me if I say anything about it.
Because I wasn't sure. Because some people are really hush hush about Anim Lab and others aren't, so I don't know what the
I
policy
mean,
is.
I didn't sign an NDA.
Okay, they can't come after you.
Yeah, so it's called Sunny. I won't tell you what it's about or
Yeah.
anything, but
Yeah,
it's
keep
been
it- keep
very
it a surprise.
interesting recording sound for that, because it's a no dialogue. There's no talking.
Love that. Love
So
that.
it's very interesting the way we're going about it, because we're going down the route of like Pink Panther, you know, like no talking, but like some scratch, some like instruments making noises,
Right.
like kind of like Looney Tunes style,
Right.
like you know,
Yeah.
kind of like
Wobbling a
was a
metal
great
sheet
noise.
cord.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I am very proud of the voices that I can make and the sounds that I can create with my body.
Yeah.
Yeah. leave it there.
I don't know. I think a lot of the best like animated shorts are ones that don't have dialogue because
Yeah.
the restriction makes you more creative.
It really
it
does.
forces you to express things in a less direct way.
Yeah.
Right. Well, plus there's no language barrier. That's the
Exactly.
other nice
True.
thing. If you're
So
entering,
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone can understand it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like wave you down. Yes, I was just like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like waving like down a plane.
So
I was like, what are you
excited.
doing? Yeah, no, that's like the cool thing, especially since like a lot of like the way to get your animated shorts recognized is to enter them into like international film
contests.
festivals.
Yeah.
And the ones that, not to say that like if your film has dialogue, it's not going to perform well. Obviously, that's
Yeah.
not true. But like, there is a huge appeal in, ironically enough, basically what is silent film.
Yeah.
I don't know.
More
I'm
universal.
yeah, I'm a big fan of silent film. I actually didn't realize until a couple years ago how much I love silent film.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that we like sort of regained a love and respect and motivation to keep making silent films because
Talk
like
to the French.
they wrote the playbook on it.
Yeah, they did. And
Yeah.
it's all black and white and very somber.
I don't know. This is gonna sound silly, but I just always think about did y'all ever play like the Lego like licensed Lego games?
Oh
like,
yeah,
on the
for
Wii?
sure.
I remember as a kid, like the Lego games didn't used to have dialogue
They
in
go,
them.
"Arr!"
Yeah. And they would use like visuals and gags and stuff to express themselves, and I loved that style. And then the more recent games that have come out do have dialogue in them, and I feel like it loses a lot of the charm. Like it's a different
does.
experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're just rewatching the movie, but everyone's a
Yeah.
Lego.
Do you remember the original Lego Star Wars?
Yeah.
That was my stuff.
Yeah.
I messed with that so hard.
I remember playing Lego Star Wars and probably Lego Harry Potter. I think those were the ones.
I was gonna say Lego Harry Potter, Lego Indiana Jones were the two
Yes,
that
yeah,
I
that
remember
one
most.
too.
Oh, and what is it? Lego Pirates of the Caribbean was my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I never played Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, but I have such an like F word that means you are obsessed with something.
Affinity?
No.
Or that's not an F word.
I'm just obsessed with One Piece. I guess that's what I should say. I'm
really
obsessed
funny.
with One Piece. And so I feel like I would have really liked pirate stuff when I was younger.
Yeah. No.
Ophelia?
Lego. Well,
don't
I
know.
guess that's like it's PH.
Yeah.
But it sounds the same.
Sound.
Fanatic?
Fanatic. yeah.
I'm a
maybe.
fanatic for One Piece.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I'm sorry.
I have
Piece
such a
is real.
fascination. Fascination, another F word.
There's so many words that start with F.
So many F words.
I have
I feel like we're on
Favorite.
Sesame Street. Here's all the words that start
This
with F.
episode is sponsored by the letter
The
F.
letter F. No, the Lego games are fun because they have so many glitches you can exploit. That's why I like to play them.
True. I think they're so unique. And I think I didn't understand most of it. Like, I could not get past the one level. It was the Star Wars game, and it was with the big monster that you had to trap under the gate.
remember
I never
under
played it,
was
so I
the
don't
desert
know.
planet with Jabba the Hutt.
Was it the sandworm?
No,
I'm gonna be
the-
honest, like the only things I remember from Lego Star Wars are like cutscenes and like being Yoda and riding around on like a bike.
Did you get to experience the original Yoda dying noise?
I probably did. I don't know.
You're
I
so
must have been
lucky.
really
Oh my
young.
god, I love the Yoda
Yeah.
dying.
The Yoda
noise.
dying noise is so good. It's
It's like a
constantly.
gremlin.
in
Yeah,
the
if you
back
don't,
of
if you
my
haven't heard
head.
it, look up on YouTube original Yoda dying noise.
It's
You won't be
great.
upset.
It's like,
So funny.
Speaking of a Yoda dying noise, me and my girlfriend watched
is this
Everything
segue?
Everywhere All at Once last night
for the first time.
for the first time.
Oh, really?
It's
It was
impressive
so
that you've gone this long
good.
without seeing.
Yeah.
I know, right? But like, it was absolute cinema.
Yeah. Like totally worth the hype.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like everything was fantastic about the show. I never saw. I'm not going to spoil anything for the
Yeah.
people who also haven't
It's
watched
hard
it.
to spoil. I don't know.
If you, I
There's
mean,
so much going on.
Spoiler: They use the Yoda. They don't use.
they
the
use
Yoda
the
dying
Yoda.
noise.
No,
They
I
use
wish-
the Yoda
I
dying
I
noise.
wish they.
I
wish
still
they
don't know where
did.
this transition is going.
no. I mean, that's the transition.
Oh, okay.
You just don't
Everything
understand.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You just don't get it.
You just don't
You need a
understand
very
it, Gavin.
high IQ to
you haven't
understand
been there.
Everything everywhere. Yeah. I was lucky enough to see it in theaters. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we saw it in theaters, we would have been so upset. My girlfriend cried like a baby.
Yeah.
And I
What part
know
did she cry?
that I know that they're listening to this right now. So I'm gonna like put them on blast. They're immigrant. They're an immigrant. And so talking with their immigrant mother and like their kind of relationship is
Yeah.
very like just put on blast
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
movie. And she related to the movie so much. And
It's very honest.
it was very like very beautiful to see kind of like the progression of emotion there. And I love my girlfriend so much. I will tell everyone I love my girlfriend. It was really interesting. I was like, I couldn't do anything, to like kind of like help her, because you can't help someone who's going through something like that. That's like, this is kind of an inner turmoil. This is your relationship with your mother and kind of like how you want it to be in ways that like it probably can't be, is like put on display. And so it's very much like, I don't know.
It's a very unique feeling.
Yeah, I couldn't empathize, but I just... Oh, yeah. Yippee! We have the script. So I guess in our last, 7 minutes, let's just go over the Mercury Morning script. Anyways.
Welcome to this episode of Mercury Morning Script.
Mercury Morning script. Okay, here it is. There we go. We have access now. Yippee!
Yay! Yeah. Yippee! Let's all do a group yippee.
Yippee!
Okay.
Harmonization.
Let me get into my Andre voice.
Okay.
Whoa!
It's Sunday, February 25th, 2024 at the University of Texas at Dallas. Good morning and welcome back to the Mercury Morning News. I'm your reporting host, Tyler Viator.
Yeah.
John Wierkowski, retired vice provost and professor emeritus of the UTD School of Management, passed away at his home on February 6th at the age of 80. And Conrath, Texas, the distinguished professor of statistics, served as the vice provost from 2001 until his retirement, supposedly in 2018. He was a major supporter of the American Statistics Association, the Institute of Mathematical Statistics, the National Academy of Science, and the Richardson Chamber of Commerce. His expertise were led to him consulting the U.S. Department of Energy, the Federal Energy Administration, American Airlines, and Texas Instruments. He contributed 33 publications, 2 statistics literature. Earlier from Marketing Science, the Journal of American Statistics Association, Science and Annals on Statistics. His funeral was February 21st at the Ted Dickey Funeral Home in Plano. Austin Rios, a UTD alumnus and second-year medical student at UT Southwestern, received the Martin Luther King Award on January 17th, which is a $5,000 scholarship for the community service work he accomplished while attending UT Dallas. Rios' main goal with this scholarship is to make healthcare field more equitable and accessible for all. The UTD chapter of Texas College Democrats hosted the Galentine's Day panel, where Texas House Representatives Cassandra Hernandez, Victoria Nieves Criado, Mihaela Plesa, and Avery Bishop came to campus on February 12th to connect with college students before the upcoming March 5th primaries. Today, 2 House districts currently cover UTD. Texas House District 70, which covers the Collin County part of UTD, where Plesa is running for election in, and Texas House District 12, which covers the Richardson part of UTD, where Bishop is challenging 15-year incumbent Angie Chen Button. Criado is running for Texas Senate District 16, which covers the Richardson part of campus. The representatives emphasized a dedication to ensure college students feel represented in politics. Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley spoke at a rally in Dallas on February 18th. Though the event was disrupted 5 different times by pro-Palestine protests who disguised themselves as Haley supporters, during the 33-minute-long stump speech, protesters repeatedly interrupted to condemn Haley for her public stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. One protester ripped up a campaign sign that said that blood of 13,000 children from Gaza was on Haley's hands. They were then dragged out of the venue by security. One UTD student and member of SJP was identified among protesters, unraveled a banner calling for an end to American funding of Israel, and chanted for a free Palestine. This has been the latest from the Mercury newspaper. Now back to our live podcast at RadioUTD, the Mercury Morning News, live every Sunday at 10 a.m.
Fantastic.
That was very good.
And scene.
You did it.
Wahoo!
Yeah, that was our Mercury Morning News report. If you liked the Mercury Morning News and want to listen to it some more, it will be available next Sunday. But until then, we're just going to keep talking. We are
Keep yapping.
We're fluent in yap.
And we also upload our episodes on
UTD TV.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you miss an episode, fret not, worry not.
Fret not. You can listen
You
to
can
it.
listen in after the fact.
Or if you really liked an episode and you just want to have it on repeat,
Yeah.
you could also do that.
Yeah.
One of my good friends, Caleb, is the editor for our show. So he's always he's always posting in our group chat. He's like, guys, look, Ty's on a podcast. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Caleb.
It's like the there I am, Gary, there I am.
There I am, Gary, there I am. And then
that is also how I feel. I'm like, wow.
Whoa.
But no, Caleb's definitely gonna hear this, and he'll be like, "Oh my God, hey Ty!" I think so.
Oh my gosh,
A
shout
shout out
out.
from the past.
Yeah, shout out Caleb from the future. Shout out Ty from the past.
Oh, yeah.
Huge win. Is there anything else y'all wanted to talk about? We have a few more minutes.
How long?
3 minutes.
3 minutes
Okay.
is not a lot.
I
That's
will
like
say,
3 minutes.
Since I have movies on the brain, I think that the SAG-AFTRA awards were last night, and I watched a little bit
really?
of them, and they were so good. That's the only awards ceremony that feels real because it's like actors. Who
Oh, the
vote.
SAG-AFTRA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, because it was the first award they had after the strike, and so it was really cool. I watched, I think, Pedro Pascal's award acceptance, which was great.
Oh.
All of them were great. I think Killian also got something
Why do people say Pedro Pascal is like a hot man?
because he's a hot
He
man.
is. What do you mean?
He's a hot, sexy beast.
I don't see it.
Wow. Okay, I gotta go.
I love men. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I love men.
I love men.
I love looking at men
Yes.
specifically. But I just, I look at Pedro Pascal and I don't see what everyone's
He's
seeing.
just like an older Hispanic guy. Like, he just looks nice.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
you're
Fair.
telling me that you don't go crazy when you see his side profile?
I could not tell you what Pedro Pascal looks like.
Oh, well,
my
that doesn't help. You
God.
can't really be like, I don't think he's hot, and you don't know what he
I don't
looks
think he's hot
like.
when you-
I'll
I've
look
never
it up.
seen this
All right,
man.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
That's like a wild stance to take.
I think it's funny. If I can't imagine what someone looks like, he needs to shave.
No, he doesn't.
That's literally part of
his
the
scruffiness
appeal.
is part of the appeal.
so patchy.
Bro.
Dude, he's scruffy
He looks
and
cute
he's full
though.
of swag.
He's like the way I imagine like a wet dog would look.
That's the
That's
appeal.
part
That's
of
why
the
people like
appeal.
him.
I feel like he wouldn't smell though. I feel like he wouldn't
No.
smell like a wet dog.
No, he would have like good hygiene.
He looks like Caesar's looks so funny. He's just got such a shape.
Yes,
What?
and that's why he's so attractive.
Interesting.
He's like carved.
This is he's drunk. He gives an emotional speech after the win at SAG Awards.
Aw.
It's very sweet.
That's cute.
Yeah, he's very cool.
I don't
Pedro's
see it. I'm
face.
not attracted to him, but I think he's cute. I'd want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was about to say something.
incriminating ourselves on
Yeah.
live radio.
On live radio.
It's okay. We love him enough to
He's a
make up
very-
for the fact that you don't.
Yeah, he's a very cute man. I'll say
Yeah.
that much.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's not like my favorite, like, handsome guy. I'm not like, oh my god, I would die for him.
There's
but,
no
like, he's
man I would
attractive.
die for.
But like, he's attractive.
Yeah,
You know?
he's cute. I won't say he's attractive, but he's cute.
I
Because those
am-
are different things.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
I'm mesmerized by him. I don't know.
Pedro Pascal on screen.
Yeah. Like I feel the way about Pedro Pascal that other people feel about baby sensory videos. I just can't look away.
Like,
you just
it
need a
puts you in
photo
a
of Pedro
trance.
Pascal in
Yeah.
a corner of the Senate hearing.
Yeah.
Just for me specifically, and I'm just looking. And I'm like, yeah.
You're like, I get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I like looking at him with my eyes.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Mercury Morning News. I have been Tyler Viator.
This was Mickey Dolphin.
And Gavin Arriaga.
We'll see you next week.
Howdy, we're Glaze and you're listening to Radio UTD.
Goddamn, stay in power. There's always a tear right behind my laughter. Happy and sad. I'm so happy and sad. Always. Goddamn, staying power. There's never an end to the old grief chapter. Happy and sad, never happy without my sadness. taken a little cocaine, but I don't blame. If I'm a miracle, I better get to work in this human form.
I'm trying to fight for. I'm trying to fight for. I'm trying to find forever. Trying to meet my maker. Feeling like a hellhound. Trying to catch an angel. But what if I just rip out a throat and let eternity slip right down the hole? I'm trying to find forever. But what do I do? 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 If forever isn't true. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Howdy, we're Hey Cowboy, and you're listening to Radio
UTD.